Hello everyone, myself Sowmya, Assistant Professor in CSE AIML Department, MLR Institute of Technology. In this video, we are going to discuss about smart contracts. So coming to the overview of this presentation covers introduction to smart contracts. So what do you mean by smart contract? How smart contract works? Advantages of smart contracts, different use cases of smart contract, and what are the different programming languages we are using to develop the smart contracts, and the challenges of the smart contracts. And we also see some DAO attack, the same DAO attack which we discussed in the last video. So we know that the DAO attack just because of smart contract, that again we will discuss here. And coming to the introduction, so what is smart contract? So we know in the previous videos we have discussed about the smart contract. Smart contract is nothing but self-executing contracts. So it is a piece of code that will be executed automatically. Self-executing in the sense we are not executing explicitly, it will be executed automatically whenever the set of conditions or whenever a particular condition triggers. I mean, a particular condition is true, then automatically the particular code will be executed. So they automatically execute and enforce the terms of agreement when predefined conditions are met. So we are writing some condition. If the condition is true, then automatically the particular code will be executed. So coming to the importance of smart contract. So why we need smart contract in the blockchain? So smart contracts eliminate the need of intermediaries, reduce cost, increase transparency, and enhance the security in the transaction. So we don't need a person here, intermediary, to execute the contract. For example, so I want to buy a stock of a particular company. So whenever some price, I'm giving some condition. So if the price is less than this or if the price is more than this, then I want to buy. So that is a condition I need to set. If the price of this stock is so and so, then buy the stocks. Automatically, I'm writing this smart contract. Particular stock will be bought whenever this condition is true. Then I don't need to check this every day. So every day I don't need to check the stocks. Whenever the price, I mean the condition is true, whenever the condition is met, then automatically the stocks will be buy. So that is the use of smart contract here. We don't need an intermediate person to perform the action. So as we discussed, smart contracts are nothing but digital contracts that automatically execute and enforce agreements without the need of intermediaries. So coming to the comparison of the traditional contracts. Traditional contracts in the sense explicitly the person has to execute that, the person has to perform the action, whereas the smart contract we don't need an intermediary, automatically it will execute. So coming to the example, a simple smart contract for transferring ownership of digital asset such as a cryptocurrency token can be written automatically transfer ownership to the recipient when payment is received. For example, I want to transfer some digital asset from person A to person B. Then what I'm doing here, so the person B has to pay some amount to A. So whenever the payment is done, automatically the ownership will be transferred from A to B. So for this, we are going to write it smart contract. So what is the condition? If B pays A, then the the ownership will be transferred from A to B automatically. So it will check this condition. Whenever this condition is true, automatically this action will be performed. So how smart contracts works? So smart contracts are created by the developer, deployed to a blockchain network and executed by the network nodes. So we know in the previous video we discussed, so the smart contracts will be developed by the persons who are we are calling them as developers, and we are deploying the smart contracts onto the blockchain to execute them. And we are executing this smart contracts over EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine. So EVM is a decentralized virtual machine that runs on the Ethereum blockchain and execute the smart contract code. So Ethereum Virtual Machine, so it's a platform where we are executing our smart contract, and role of GAS in the smart contract execution. So if I want to execute my smart contract in the Ethereum network, in the Ethereum virtual machine, I need to pay some amount in the form of ethers. So that you're calling as gas. So gas is nothing but it is used to measure the computational effort required to execute a smart contract. So if I want to execute my smart contract, it will need some computational effort. It needs some power consumption, right? It needs some a node involvement. So for all these, we need to pay some fees. That fees you're calling as gas fees. Coming to the advantage of smart contracts, so same as blockchain. So efficiency, automation reduces the need of intermediaries, saving the time and cost of transactions. Of course, it is efficient. Why? Because we don't need a person to execute them. Automatically, they will be executed. Transparency, as we know, it relates to blockchain. It's a part of blockchain. So transparent in the sense, any transaction or any action performed internally will be openly seen by everyone who are involved in the blockchain network. So security. So immutable nature of blockchain and cryptographic techniques enhance the security. So we know blockchain is immutable. Once if I deploy any smart contract over the network, I cannot modify that code. And the same way, we are also using cryptographic hashing techniques to provide the security. Of course, even if you are maintaining these many security things, still we are getting some security vulnerabilities. Just because of that security vulnerability in 2016, we got the DAO attack. So trustlessness, as we know, so even if I don't trust any person in the organization, still I can join in the network. Why? Because it is following the blockchain. So no single person will take the decision. No central authority will take the decision. So as it is following the blockchain. So coming to the use cases, we can use the smart contracts in many domains like finance, supply chain management, legal contracts, real estates, education. So wherever you want, you can use this smart contracts. And coming to the languages, so to develop the smart contracts, we can use any programming language, but generally we use Solidity, Viper, Michelson. So these are the different programming languages you are using to develop this smart contracts. Of course, these three languages are different based on the features and some functionalities, but still all these languages support the smart contract. Coming to the challenges, security vulnerabilities. So because of the security vulnerability only, we got this DAO hack. So some bugs and vulnerabilities in the code. And coming to the scalability. So if the code is lengthy, then we cannot we cannot accommodate the power, all those things. That is the scalability issue. And user experience. So as it is related to a new technology, the user has more knowledge about this. At the same time, it's a new technology or the new interface for the user. So he needs to adopt that. For that also, he needs some time. The user has some time, needs some time. And coming to the case study, the same DAO hack. So we know we discussed in the last video also. So they have collected around $150 million of Ether in 2016. They used Ethereum network for collection of these funds for a particular project. So for a particular project, they have collected the funds through this Ethereum network. But because of a small security vulnerability in the smart contract code, so all these funds were stolen. So they have transferred these funds to another account. But using this hard fork of this Ethereum, they have created another new version of Ethereum, Ethereum Classic. Using that, some of the funds they have recovered. So after this attack, they were very conscious by providing, different sort of security for this smart contracts. So after that, I think in 2019 also, we got some hack because of this in the Ethereum network only. But after that, no issues just because of this. But still, we have some security vulnerabilities in the smart contracts. The problem with the smart contract is, so once if I deploy the smart contract onto the network, I cannot modify that because of immutability nature of blockchain. That is the main problem. So before deploying the smart contract itself, you need to check carefully. So that's about smart contracts. In this video, we discussed about what is smart contract, how they work, what are the different advantages, use cases, and what are the different languages you're using, challenges, and the DAO attack. Thank you.